Here we go again. That was the boss lady, only this time she wasn't calling for more liquor in her cup.
What have you done with him?
They weren't waiting on my say-so. Rodrigo was too rich a prize for them to throw away. Sure, I'd have to work hard to get him back, but I knew the bad guys would want the boss alive, almost as much as I did. They weren't far ahead. Once I opened the door, I'd actually have to come up with a plan. Another parking lot rattling with gunfire. Was I too late?
It's gonna be all right, Mr. Bronco!
I hadn't seen it coming, but that was no surprise. It's hard to keep your eye on the ball through the bottom of a glass. The doors... Son of a bitch.
Chega! Que porra você tá fazendo? Mata, 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 mata!
They were headed for the helicopter.
She's making a run for it!
Deus do céu!
Deus do céu, mano! Chame alguém! Max! Shoot that bastard! Thanks for leaving me to fend for myself in there, Max! You were after the girls, not you! Move! You're gonna lose her!
Socorro! Socorro!
Eu não disse que eu ia te pegar.
Se foi fácil demais.
She's headed inside.
Either way, I needed to find Giovanna before they did.
Tá ficando vergonhoso! Branco, é por isso que eu tô aqui. Você errando vai cortar nosso saco!
Vou gostar de matar essa puta.
Tem muita coisa que eu gostaria de fazer com ela.
This was a mess. Where the hell was Pastos? We were two failed cops failing miserably.
Giovanna!
Come on.
What's happening? Where were you?
Are you all right?
What, do I look all right?
Eu sabia que essa
Don't worry,
porra ia
we're
dar
gonna get you
merda.
out of here.
Quem foi o filho da puta que teve...
Where is he?
Agora...
Right there.
My God. It's Raul.
Giovanna! What are you doing? What am I, the button pusher? Where the hell's he going?
What do we got here?
Heads up. Here come his friends. Something tells me we're heading in the right direction. Son of a bitch. You okay?
About the same as before. Looking forward to getting out of this shithole.
We should keep moving.
It didn't sound like we were the only ones getting shot at. Who the hell had tipped these guys off? I didn't know what to think anymore. This town had more smoke and mirrors than a strip club locker room.
You need to see this!
I didn't give a damn about the money, but I knew what would happen to Fabiana if the wrong people got paid.
Asshole!
Já estava passando da hora de dar uma...
Right behind you.
It was time to introduce our sniping pal to something more intimate and short range.
Look, I'll deal with the guys on the other side of the fence. You take the others.
Whatever you say.
All right, I'm inside. Looks like a VIP lounge or something. I'm gonna check it out.
Neves vai nos matar, hein? Se a gente não voltar com dinheiro, né?
Quem é a menina?
Ah, alguma...
Abre fogo! Atirem pra matar!
I don't know. Looking for something that ain't here, I guess. Okay, I'm in.
How's it looking, Max? Help me out here, Max! Come on, Max! There's people on me! Top of the stairs, Max! Get up to the booth! Two more! Top of the stairs! On the other side of the stairs! Put it down, Max! Three more! Coming right for me!
I see it.
On top of me, bro! Other side! Quick, Max! All right, I'm making a run for it! That was too close. I'm getting inside before any more show up.
I'm clear, Max.
Okay, I'm going up.
Good. Make it quick.
Believe me, I ain't gonna drag this out. We'd half destroyed Sao Paulo's most hallowed place of worship. Looking back, it was strange how the cops never showed up. But things had a habit of only making sense to me, looking back long after I'd run out of time to fix them.
I see you. Right on top of him. Jump the railing.
I don't know why I did it.
Okay, I'm moving.
Die!
Keep your head down!
I know you brought a fucking army down here.
Jesus Christ, they're throwing men at this.
Stop. I told you to stop. We're fine.
What do you mean we're fine? Come on, huh? We're not fuck. I ain't waiting to see who else shows up. Come on.
Get that sucker! I fucking swear!
It was hard seeing Brewer go out like that. But I got to thinking, it was what he was waiting for. A chance to make a difference. At least that's what helps me sleep at night. Up and out. Scramble away from what's left of your life over dead bodies and a few loose roof tiles. If I'd thought things through, I may have sat down and let myself burn right there.
Take him out!
right, guys, let's look alive. We're gonna get this prick. Come on, I wanna hear some motivation. Let's go.
Hey, what was that?
What was what?
I heard something.
Kinda
Up there!
Up where?
Up there!
What you bitching?
Oh, there he is! Shoot him!
God damn it! There were wrecks all around, and not the kind you fix up for a weekend project. These were the wrecks you cross the road to avoid.
Man, they're always one step ahead.
They don't need to second guess us when they're covering all the angles.
Oh, man!
Fancy seeing you here.
We got a way down to the street.
Lay down.
It's like there's a sale on hair gel. You want a camel coat, bro?
I'm fine with the leather.
Stay here, go back.
This don't show the blood so much. Always in moderation.
How's this look?
So far, I'd managed to keep a low profile, a bit out of character for a guy who's only comfortable with a bottle of whiskey or a gun in his hand. I didn't want to think about what would be happening on that video. I had to keep moving. I hoped that... That... There she was, right in front of me. The drunk fool in me wanted to make a play. But I had just about enough sense to know that I'd end up with another dead girl in my arms if I did. I opened the door to the next circle of this low-rent hell. seen Fabiana in a worrying amount of time, but at least I wasn't following a trail of her fingers.
Us from the one we need! I can't get a shot on Fabiana's!
What the fuck?
You see her? Stay on that boat! Catch up to them!
You think you can get these boats out of the water?
We need to get past that decoy boat!
Fuck, man! One of the engines is gone! Give me a second!
A second is about all we got.
Piece of shit!
I see it! How we doing, buddy?
We need some more time! Hey, that's them. We're back.
Almost, buddy, almost! place was crawling. How many guys they got?
How many poor kids want nice sneakers? It ain't hard to hire. Hey, we're on them again.
Screwed. We're not coming this close to let her go.
I'm afraid this shit's gonna come down to more than willpower.
Get me next to them!
Gonna hit the pier!
Get down behind the desk, now, both of you.
Mix!
The real security guards had been run off, paid off, or bumped off. That left us.
Should get us
It
into
wasn't
the
a
morgue.
fantastically comforting thought.
Oh shit!
Are we dead?
No such luck. We gotta go.
It's through here!
Hey,
Acerta ele! Depressa! Vamos sair daqui! Mata
come on, move.
Bronco's office overlooked the atrium. I could check in and make sure he hadn't checked out.
Max!
There it went. He was tucked up safe. Now I needed to make it to the lobby to complete my sweep of the building, for what that was worth. If I wasn't immolated, I was gonna get crushed to death. Look at me. I've been contracted to protect two people. One was being held in some hole. The other was sitting at his desk with a bullet in his head. And the company that had its logo on my paycheck was melting on top of my head. There's no way one bomb could have done all this, unless the place was made of gasoline. This whole joint must have been rigged. Rodrigo or not, Fabricas Bronco is falling apart quite literally.
Despite his manners, I'd done him a favor. This didn't look like a room where Rodrigo closed multi-million-dollar deals. It looked like a fiery hellhole. So much for a lazy Sunday afternoon. My next trick would be a high wire act with a fiery pit for a safety net. It was nice that no one was shooting at me for a change, but I'd take shot in the head over a slow roast on a spit any day of the goddamn week. Jesus, what a fucking creep. It was Monday afternoon, and I'd already been thrown out of a party, gone to a strip club, and got into a bar fight. This latest midlife crisis was certainly ticking all the boxes.
Amigo, não sei. Tô vendo porra nenhuma. A gente desce ou não? Foda-se! Isso aí vamos logo!
The fireworks display was clearly in my honor, making sure everyone knew to roll out the red carpet for their surprise guest. I could hear a woman screaming. I thought I'd found Fabiana, but instead I'd stumbled across some testosterone fest. I was running the risk of becoming too clear-headed.
These bastards look different.
There was no need to announce my arrival in that part of town. I'd drawn more than enough attention already.
I hoped Fabiana wasn't going to be served up come feeding time.
Eita aqui, caralho! Acorda, acorda, acorda! Vai, vai, vai! Os brasileiros! Esse país é meu, filho de mim!
That much security, it had to be Serrano's pad. Since I was in the neighborhood, I figured he wouldn't mind if I dropped in and thanked him personally for his hospitality. It wasn't like he wasn't expecting me. All of a sudden, I didn't need that time by myself. Passos was down the hill and I had to catch up to him. I knew I shouldn't have gone there, and that Passos might have to pay the price for my sentimentality.
Sorry.
Energy for an encore? Let's move!
Hey, come on. Hey, wake up. Let's go.
Lie down!
Passos had put some distance between himself and the goons. I meant to follow. The longer they had us split up, the more chance they had of picking us off.
I think I'm done saying my goodbyes. Let's get out of here.
Hey, thanks, bro! Max, man! I owe you! Up in the tower!
This is the only way through.
If I lay down cover, can you move up on him? You got me! All right.
That's anyone's guess.
Your body ain't gonna bury itself. Dig, motherfucker!
The morgue. How appropriate.
Up there. Go on. Go, go, go!
You go first.
All right, gentlemen, thank you.
This place looks about as good as any to make a stand.
At least the coroner won't have to go far to go to work.
Like I said, Passo's always had a good sense of humor.
We gotta find a phone. I got a connection in Queens who can help us.
All right.
Spread out! And clear every room before you move on. We don't want to miss these damn fools.
Our SOS was gonna have to wait.
Finish it!
Can't move here, Max! Gotta get up there and take him out!
The odds of me getting out of there alive, let alone Giovanna and Marcello, were narrowing with every passing second. I guess sobriety is relative. Still alive, and still not all that happy about it. Why did the easy way out never come? Maybe I thought I didn't deserve it.
Você tá me tirando, porra!
I had no option but to
These
take the
charmers
scenic
weren't
route.
there to make a couple of arrests.
They were bussing them out by the dozen. But who was I to cast judgment on proper police procedure and justifiable use of force?
Não posso esperar pra sair daqui.
História de merda. Eles nunca aprendem a lição.
Traficantes e viciados, né? Espero o quê?
Segura aqui minha posição!
It seemed like as good a place as any to lie low and get my bearings. Problem was,
Get down. Stay out of sight.
Disperse e procure por toda parte. Hein? Temos que achar a menina e o amigo.
Na cabeça dele!
a menina! Vem!
I can't hold on! Are you okay?
I think so. There must be a way to drop those stairs down.
Wait a second. I'm going to try something.
Good. Come on. Let's get the hell away from here.
Don't!
What? It's
Don't!
okay.
I'm begging you!
Right behind you.
There's someone down there. Why are they doing this, Max? This is so fucked up!
Our day had started with us hiding in filth, and got progressively worse. My luck was running true to form. Or rather, I was running true to form.
Should we wait here for bosses?
Let's see. Come on.
Vai, acerta ele, caralho!
Max!
Quiet!
You're the one breaking in.
Here, I'm here. It's okay.
I can't control this thing!
You're doing fine!
Oh my god!
Try to stay calm! Keep going!
I don't know what I'm doing!
Keep your foot on the gas!
Cuidado! What's that?
Careful! Try to keep us straight!
Hurry! No, no! Oh no! Ah! Max!
Yeah, I see it.
Hurry! What's that?
You're gonna be okay. You're doing great.
I don't know what I'm doing! Look, Bastos!
Just drive! Hold on!
Atira na cabeça dele! Filha da puta, cansou de ir!
Keep going!
Aponta ali tudo!
The radio. Maybe I could send out an SOS.
second I got out of there. I needed one more gulp of fresh air before I died. It was like the need for a wake-up whiskey after a 2-day bender. How to shut off the fuel feed. I shut down one engine, but it didn't make much difference. There. I could breathe again. Now the boat could get back to smelling like suntan oil, stale margaritas, and greed. So this was the famous Panama Canal. We could have gone...
Get the fuck off me!
¡Mátalo! ¡Mátalo! ¡Disparen! ¡Maldita sea! ¡Todos al suelo! ¡Puta, aquí no hay nada! ¡Miguel, vení para acá! ¡Mátalo!
Daphne's ship was always stocked. Spotted Passos and Marseille. There was some equipment in the truck next to me. It'd be a Come on! I don't know what I expected to find. On a boat full of drunks and bullshit artists, I'd been the cabaret act. Shooting whatever came in front of me was easier than coming to terms with that reality.
¡Me mate! ¡No dispare!
My own private welcoming party. Jesus Christ.
direção!
Se machucou? Vai lá, tô te dando cobertura! Foda-se! Ai! Pulsão!
I knew this thing was bigger than me. Bigger than the Broncos, but I only had a glimpse of the whole picture. Like looking in the mirror and for an instant seeing what everyone else sees. A bad caricature of a better man. Ufe. That deal at the favela was getting dirtier by the minute. Those bastards were clearly in bed with the Crusher Prado. Now I just had to find out why. Starting with a bit of bedtime reading for Mr. Da Silva. When you've lived the kind of life I've lived, reality comes at you through a different lens. But nothing could have prepared me for what was on the other side of that door.
Tá tudo certo. O que você acha que eu tô fazendo? Você sabe o que aconteceu a última vez.
Quer mais duas?
This was hell on earth. Da Silva was no fool. I'd have driven on off into the sunset too if I were him. But I was in too far now. Even I could guess what Demolisal meant. That building was condemned in more ways than one. I'd seen some dark shit in my time. Any time I'd bought had been going real cheap. If I was gonna plant the rest of those explosives, I had to do it now.
sounded like all hell was breaking loose. Whatever nonsense De Silva had pulled, it seemed to be working.
Só me ajuda, cara de mamar. Por favor, por favor.
Consegue se mexer?
That kid had the right idea. There was no point bouncing bullets off that thing. I decided I'd try to pick up where he left off. And then immediately regretted that decision. Another dark, rainy night. Another police station. Another futile crusade for amends. Time moves forward, and nothing changes. And of course, they were headed my way. Whatever depressing fate lay on the other side of those doors, there was no point in putting it off any longer. I still didn't. Tear gas. This wasn't good. I needed to find a way out of that stairwell, and my eyes and throat burned. pile of bodies and still nothing to show for it. It felt like I was detaching, that maybe this was revenge for something else, something buried deep in the past. Rodrigo, Giovanna, Passos, everyone who'd meant anything was gone. Like so many times before, I found myself alone, locked on a course of destruction. It was at my worst when I was at my best. Becker and Bachmeyer had taken their pound of flesh and sold it on the... Felt like my vacation was coming to... These were Becker's guys. Him and Victor had a private airport to go with their private army and their private jet. There were Ufe all over. like there'd be any trams leaving until the power was on. It worked. The trams were running again. Maybe they'd take me to my gate. Maybe they'd bring more guys wanting to whack me. Maybe both. We were off. I felt like I might be able to recharge for a second. At least until we pulled into the station and met more murderous assholes. Perfect. Everyone wanted a ticket for the... The tram was slowing down, and I'd only just gotten on board. I had to salvage what I could and see what was waiting for me. This was my stop. It had taken me right into the heart.
Payne. Another fucking terrorist!
Here I was, about to execute this poor bastard like some dime store angel of death, and I realized they were correct. I wouldn't know right from wrong if one of them was helping the poor and the other was banging my sister.
Look! There's a whole team of them! Don't look good! Come on! You got a flight to catch! It's not going to take off without you! Insurance ain't gonna cover this!
Ah! Shit!
That about sums it up! They've set up a roadblock! Coming down with that plane! Let's get it over with!